Peace and blessings, family. It is yours truly, Amar Amari. I am the founder of Al Kebalam Unity Alliance, where we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. My queen, Amani Amari, is the co-founder. We want to thank everybody for your love and support. For those who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, Al Kebalam Unity Alliance. For those who has helped us to go up in subscribers. For those who have been sharing and inviting, we thank you so much. Sharing is definitely caring. Our programs is about programming the mind to be empowered, for us to channel in the right energy into our lives, and for all of us to evolve and to become the person that the Creator has ordained us to be. And we are here simply just to help you to grow and to become a greater you. We believe that you're already great, and as you evolve, you become greater. So we're here to help you to tap into the greatness and to be able to become the great person that you are, and to be able to impact the world with your positive energy. Some will do it at a lower level. Some will do it at an intermediate level. Some will do it at an advanced level. However, we all have been sent here into this earth to impact somebody's life in a positive way. And I truly do feel that we live by the way that we think. The mind is a precious thing for us to waste, and we have to guard it with our life. Our mind is like a remote control. I know some of you are very familiar with that. Whenever you want to program your television, if you want to see a particular channel, if you don't want to see something, if you need to program the television to add or to take away, you use the remote control. The remote control gives you access to a menu. And you use the remote control to select from the menu. So the mind is just like the remote control. Your mind is what channels in positive energy or negative energy. Your mind influences the way that you see yourself, the way that you see others, and the way that you see life in general. The mind can liberate you, or it can incarcerate you. Your mind can give you self-confidence, or it can give you low self-esteem. Your mind is the navigation system to your life. It gives you direction. And this is the reason why it's so important for us to do mind exercises, to sit down and to think and to empower the mind, to strengthen the mind. You have to have mind power. You have to have power over your mind. If you do not have power over your mind, then the negative energy force and people who are hosts for these negative energy forces will control your mind, and you unfortunately will become a puppet to society. This is the reason why it is so difficult for those of us who have transcended what the norm is, for those of us who go against the grain. This is the reason why it is a challenge for us, because we are in this world and we are not of this world. Why? Because we have been transformed in our minds. We have tapped into a higher life, which is the spiritual life. We walk in the spirit so that our carnal nature will not control us. And so that others' carnal nature will not control us as well. Okay? And this is the reason why some people don't like you. Is because you are not going along with the matrix, with this program in this world, the flow of the negative energy. You're not doing what they want you to do, saying what they want you to say, acting the way that they want you to act, dressing the way that they want you to dress, listening to what they want you to listen to, reading what they want you to read, buying what they want you to buy, driving what they want you to drive, living where they want you to live. You're not hanging around the people they want you to hang around. And understand this, a bully does not like when you stand up to him or her. They don't like when they can't control you. See, fear is something that stems from our mental faculty. It is a mentality. And when a person does not feel like that they can defeat somebody, they will never ever challenge that person. Why? Because they're persuaded in their mind that they can't defeat that person. Some people won't even approach a woman because they're not confident enough, because they don't feel like that they have the wherewithal to be able to win that woman's heart, or to even be given her time, because of the lack of confidence. And where does that come from? The mind. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not handsome enough. I don't have enough. I'm not muscular enough. I don't have enough money. My car's not nice enough. I don't live in a nice enough neighborhood. And so we think that we're not enough. But where does that come from? It comes from the influence of the mind. There are certain challenges that we won't even take on, that we actually can conquer that particular thing that is a challenge in our life, but we will never take on that challenge because we think that we will fail. See, the mind is the program. Your mindset is what controls what you view. I know many of you have sat down before and you have been watching television and you say, you know, I want to watch something else. And so you take the remote and you change the what? Channel. Because you don't want to watch that. You want to watch something else. And so you take the remote. Now, if you don't want to watch TV at all, what you do? You touch the power button. And when you touch the power button, we all know what happens. You know, either you're going to turn it off or you're going to turn it on. And see, your mind gives you the power about what you see and about what you don't see. Your mindset is what energizes you, what empowers you, or what makes you powerless, meaning, let's flip that around, gives you less power. So how powerful you are, the strength that you have spiritually, is a result of the way that you think. And with that being said, it can give you less power, it can make you powerless, or it can empower you. Now, with the remote, it also gives you a selection for the menu. So in your mindset, you must understand that you have a choice. Now, there's a menu in life. And from that menu, we have options. And we choose from that menu. And that menu is, are we going to live positive? Are we going to live negative? Are we going to go with the flow? Are we going to go with the norm? Are we going to be like everybody else? Or are we willing to be outstanding? Meaning, flip-flop it, you stand out. Which one are you willing to be? See, when we feel like that we just have to have certain people in our lives, and without them we're nothing, we have been persuaded that they are our point of life, that they are our life source, that they are a necessity. And we must rid ourselves of this mentality about certain people, because we definitely do need people in our lives. We all need help periodically, but we don't need certain individuals in our life. Why is it that we think that we need certain people in our life? It's because the way that we think, oh, without them, I can't make it. I just need this person. No, I like what Queen Beyonce said. Don't go thinking that you're irreplaceable. You know what I'm saying? Some people want you to think that they can't be replaced. And so some people stay in abusive relationships because they've been persuaded in their mind that they can't do better when they actually can. Some people have a whole lot of potential. Some people really are great. But because of society and the status quo and what society has deemed to be greater than or less than, some of us have succumbed to that. And because of that, it has put a cap on our greatness and has kept our greatness from actually being magnified. To magnify means to enlarge. But when we contain our greatness, we keep this, the little gospel song, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. See, your light stays little when you contain it. See, you're keeping yourself like a candle when the universe has ordained you to be the sun. And what is the sun? The sun is the light of the what? The world. But because of what people say, you stay in this little light of mine. When the universe wants you to be the sun and wants you to be a great light and wants you to be a city set upon a hill which can't be hid. Oh, I don't have a lot of followers. Oh, I don't have a lot of subscribers. Oh, I don't have a lot of viewers. Your greatness is not predicated upon that. You must understand that the only thing is keeping you from being an international speaker, national speaker, statewide speaker, or it may be a business that you have. It's simply the season and exposure. That's all it is. And when you get the right season and the exposure, it'll take your greatness to the world and you become greater. See, some of us, we think that we're insignificant because we are not a household name. Well, guess what? Somebody always knew the name of the person as we know it today as a household name. Somebody always knew the name of certain icons. It's just that that particular person or those individuals had not been introduced to the world yet. But it wasn't that they were not known. We're known amongst the people that we have an interface with on a daily basis or in our lives, the people that we mentor, okay? The people that we give wise advice to, the people that we encourage. So why don't you think that you can do that at a large scale then? Somebody needs to hear what you have to say. Why? Because they are in a place of discouragement and you are the one that's been ordained to bring them encouragement. Somebody needs to hear what you have to say. Why? Because they're incarcerated in their mind and you're going to bring a message that's going to set them free. Why do somebody need to hear what you have to say? Because somebody don't know who they are, and you could bring a message that will rid their lives of an identity crisis. Why does somebody need to hear what you have to say? Because some people listen too much to what people have to say when they should be listening to what their inner person is telling them and speaking to them and what the Spirit is speaking to them. Some people listen to the crowd instead of listening to the inner voice. See, greater is the gift that's within me than those who speak negatively about me in this world. See, we have to understand this. We have to get delivered from caring so much about what people say. Your life is your life. And although they may not understand, you understand. And sometimes we waste our energy trying to persuade someone to accept who we are when we simply need to just be who we are. And then those who are ordained to be in our life will accept us and not reject us because they have been chosen to be a blessing to us. And likewise, us to them. See, your mind is what channels in this negative energy about you. Your mind is what channels in negative energy about life overall and about other individuals. And if you're not careful, you will succumb to the lies and you will find yourself being very judgmental about other individuals based on what somebody else says. And sometimes, some people, they compromise their moral position so they can be put in a higher position. And guess what? When you do that, that's not where you belong. And you know the reason why your life is so painful? Because you're out of position. This is an analogy that I utilize frequently that I'm getting ready to use. When you are out of position, it's like a bone that's disjointed. It's very painful. Why? Because it's out of place. And a lot of times we bring unnecessary roughness into our own lives because you know why? We're trying to fit somewhere that we don't belong. We're trying to fit into an embodiment of somebody else's characteristical traits, and that's not ours. Sometimes we're so focused on pleasing other people that we forget about pleasing ourselves, and that's why some of us are so miserable, because we're living somebody else's life. Check this out. And I'm closing here. I'm getting ready to explain to you why certain people don't fit in your life. Do you recall when you were a child and as you began to grow, you have I believe it's the baby stage, the newborn stage. I believe it's like the infant stage, and then it's like the toddler stage. When you became a toddler, you can no longer fit the clothes of an infant or a newborn. Why? Because you outgrew those clothes, because you grown, you grew up, you grew. A kindergartner. Why won't you see a kindergartner in college? Because that's not the level that they're at. A kindergartner goes to kindergarten. A college student goes to college because they have graduated to that level of collegiate studies. You must understand that the reason why certain people are not in your class is because of the level that they're at of understanding. You got to understand, some people will not dwell with you because you're at a higher level. You walk a higher path. And they don't fit in your life anymore because you have grown in your knowledge and in your wisdom and in your understanding. And so for you, stop trying to fit in a class where you're too advanced for you to be in. Peace, love, and power to everybody on today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm yours truly, Amal Mari. I'm the founder of El Kebalan Unity Alliance, where we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. My queen, Amani Mar, is the co-founder. We love you all. We thank you so much, and we're praying that this ministry, that this service is a blessing to you. If it is, if you would be so kind to share with somebody else. Why? Sharing is truly caring. It's not just a cliche with us. Our attitude is servitude. We're here to serve, and we want to help you to evolve. I myself have been broken free. I too was in the same boat. And I want to see people sail themselves and launch out into the deep. And I want to see people get blessed because I understand what it is for you to be incarcerated in your life and for your greatness to be contained and for you to struggle and wallowing in an identity crisis in your life. And when you have so much potential and you're not reaping from your greatness because of your mindset, it's time to be set free. It's time for you to step out. It's time for you to grow. It's time for you to grow in knowledge and wisdom and understanding, not only about yourself, but about your purpose in other people's lives too. It's time for you to find out who you are. It's time for you to close out the world, what the world is saying to you. And it's time for you to go in your private place in prayer and meditation. And it's time for you to hear from the Spirit yourself. And to find out, what am I supposed to be doing in this life? It's more to you than meets the eye. Spirit is greater than flesh. And once you get control of your mind, your spiritual man, life will be even the more better for you. I know, because I've been there before. And I'm free now. Because I've learned the lessons that's been taught to you today. I've learned to follow my spirit. I learned to stay on my path. And I've learned to allow others to walk on theirs. Be blessed.